Hello and welcome back to abready.com, a website dedicated to preparing you to be ready to do college level work so that you can avoid having to take remedial courses in college. Now this is the first of 5 short videos on the AB Ready Code, which is a list of 10 habits that are designed to help you become successful in school. Now before we start, let's be perfectly clear about the rock-solid foundation of AB Ready. It's based on this question: what is my job? Whenever I ask this question of students, they invariably say, well, Mr. Ballinger, you're here to help us raise our grades. Well, that's a good answer. It is true. But there's a better answer. My job is to respect you. Now, everything that I say or do on abready.com is out of respect for you. Now, this question leads to a second question, which is, why should I respect you? Because you have a future. Do you know the difference between a 2-year-old and a 22-year-old? If you talk to a 22-year-old, well, they're probably thinking of graduating from college, their first job, thinking about moving to another state. Are they going to get married? Have they saved enough money to buy a house? All these questions have to do about their future. On the other hand, have you ever tried to argue with a 2-year-old? For example, a 2-year-old might come into the room and see a cookie on the table, and he or she wants to have that cookie right now. Now, you may suggest that perhaps you could wait until after the meal to have this cookie because it might spoil your appetite for your meal. But then you're going to probably have a meltdown because that child does not know the meaning of putting something off to a later time. They have a very limited idea of the future. Now, you are in the middle between the 2-year-old and the 22-year-old. So you may or you may not have given some serious thought to your future. But the fact of the matter is, you may have 75 or 80 years ahead of you, and you could easily have that as a lifespan. So if you think about the changes that have taken place just in your short lifetime, then you can imagine, you can't even imagine maybe, that there is so much ahead of you. It's a future that you want to be prepared for. Now, you may have gifts and talents and interests that you have not even discovered yet and that you want to develop. That's why I respect you, because you have this future ahead of you. Now, what about your job? Your job has 3 parts. Part 1, respect yourself. Move constructively toward your future and discover and develop your gifts, talents, and interests. Part 2, respect your classmates and your fellow students. Why? Because you can learn from them as they can learn from you. You see, education is a collaborative venture, and by working together, we can all succeed. Part 3, respect your parents and teachers. Your parents love you, and your teachers want you to succeed. Parents and teachers together want to see you become a strong and secure adult. So work with them. You'll learn a lot. Now let's talk about the first 2 habits of the AB Ready Code. Habit number 1, stay healthy and get a good night's sleep. You're in the prime of your life right now. Get into the habit of having a physical once a year. Ask your doctor about how to keep healthy. Know how your body works. Ask your doctor questions that you may have. And read books and articles about good health. For example, here's a book on the teenage brain. It's by Frances E. Jensen, MD. And she has a boatload of information about all different kind of issues that teenagers face as far as their brain is concerned and how to keep their brain healthy. So getting a good night's sleep is one of those topics that she talks about. So that's a very good book for you to read. Habit number 2, attend class every day. Be on time in your seat at the beginning of the class period. Now, I used to tell my students that there were 5 days that were so important that they had to be there. They could not miss those 5 days. Well, the other days are important too, because we would practice perfecting our skills and learn new material closely related to familiar concepts. I tried to make every lesson worth my students' time. That's why I expected them to be on time in their seats at the beginning of the class period. It was like a basketball team at the opening tip-off. The team is on the court, ready to play, buzzer to buzzer. So your attentive attendance in class is a very good way of showing your respect for your teacher. So that's the habits 1 and 2 of the AB Ready Code. See you next time for habits 3 and 4.